Good morning, class. Today we're going to learn how obesity affects your body. My name is Miss Johnson, and I'm teaching elementary school age children from kindergarten to 4th grade. That is the ages 5 to 9. The first thing that I want to teach these students is about healthy foods. Most children, when they think about foods, they think about what tastes good for them, or what they enjoy, what they like to eat. And just because it tastes good doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthy for your body, and it doesn't mean that you continue to live a healthy lifestyle. Some of the things that influence this could be where they live, so socioeconomic situations on, if the parents have financial means to provide healthy foods, because face it, healthy foods are expensive. So what I want to teach is that you can eat healthy with it not being expensive. You can eat healthy meals and snacks, and that would help your body. So the first thing that I'm going to teach today is what healthy foods are. At the end of this lesson, I'm going to ask the students to name 2 healthy foods. And here what I would do is, after I explain the healthy food objective, at this point, then I will stop for like 10-15 minutes and have the students ask questions to me. So in case they're confused or want to know more, and if we're talking to kindergartners, when I'm talking to them, sometimes their misconception or their understanding is a little bit different than talking to a 4th grader per se. So here I'll take 10 to 15 minutes to do the questions and answers for them. Excuse me. So today we're going to learn about healthy foods, and we've already said that just because it tastes good doesn't mean that it is good. So what we're going to try to figure out is, well, what is healthy? My second objective is concerning the body and how the food affects the body. So the first objective is the healthy food. So I want the students to learn what the healthy food groups are, or what the 5 food groups are. There's grains, fruits, vegetables, protein, and dairy. Now, with all of those, there could be healthy and unhealthy in those. For instance, the grains. Children, you need to eat, when you eat grains, what grains are pretzels. You all like pretzels. Well, pretzels, if you eat those are considered healthy foods. Bread. Everybody likes peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Most, I'd say. So if you like bread, then you need to choose a bread that is a whole grain type bread. The next thing is fruits. Most fruits you can eat to an abundance. Some examples are watermelon. You can eat watermelon. Or grapes. There's different kinds of grapes. There's red grapes, there's green grapes, and these, of course, are purple grapes, which are labeled, I think, kiwi grapes. Then there's the vegetables, and there's different kinds of vegetables that are good for you. You have carrots, and here I'm going to pretend like this is broccoli, and corn. And then the next group is protein. So on the protein kids, what you need is eggs. If you like eggs, eggs are good. Seafood, like if you like shrimp, that's good for you. And then dairy. Dairy is stuff like yogurt or 1% or fat-free milk. And when I'm talking about like 1% or fat-free or your eggs, there's some ways that you can prepare your food, and one of those ways is stay away from that fried food. The things that y'all like have this. This is oil or grease, and most foods, like at a fast food restaurant, or even when we're cooking in our home, we use oil. And when you use oil, it's typically called fried. So try to stay away from those fried foods. The next thing with our body image, objective is the protein. Let me tell you kids what protein does. protein, right here I'd explain how because I want them to understand how when this food goes into their bodies, what it's doing and how it's helping them or how it's harming them. So again, here I would take 10 to 15 minutes and I would explain everything like I'm fixing to do, and then I would take 10 minutes and maybe have them ask questions if they didn't understand. So on the body objective, the protein, it builds muscles. So how do muscles get built? Muscles get built by the protein. Protein builds muscles. Carbs. Now on carbs, I know that's a big, huge word. Carbohydrates is the real word, kids. But we'll just call it carbs. And there's good carbs and bad carbs. So the good carbs give you energy. I mean, you are full of energy. It promotes wellness, which means makes you healthy. Now, the bad carbs, which have a lot of grease in them and stuff like that, like these right here would be considered bad carbs. And most of these also are fried because these are French fries. Or even your potato chips, because that's a wonderful, favorite, good snack. But remember, we just talked about the difference of being good and being healthy. And these, if you look on the back, there's this thing called a nutritional fact. Now, I know y'all are in kindergarten, some of you can't read, but when you get older, you will be able to. So, if you look at here, it tells you your carb intake. And when you see your total carbs, this is 15 grams. So, there's your carb intake. Now, what carbs do, the bad carbs, they are sugar. They turn to sugar. And our bodies do not like sugar. When it turns to sugar, sugar turns to fat. And fat makes us overweight. It makes us obese. And when we become overweight or obese, it leads to other problems. You won't be able to play as long because you'll get tired. It can cause you to have high blood pressure. It can cause you to have diabetes. And it can also cause you to be depressed or think really, maybe bad about yourself. You may have a friend, like especially when you get a little bit older, there's going to be all this peer pressure. And if you have a low self-esteem of yourself and your body, then naturally you're going to, that's just not going to be good. That's not going to be positive. And you won't be positive because you're the only one person that was ever created for you. So you're it. So let's take good care of that body. The next thing that we're going to talk about is physical activity. And this is extremely, extremely important. Most of you get 15 to 30 minutes for recess. Sometimes you get one recess. Sometimes you get two. But what you need is 60 minutes. That's 1 hour of moderate physical activity. You don't have to do that all at once, but you do have to do it every day. You can count the time at school when you're in school, or if you're at home, you can do it at home. You can do it for like 15 or 20 minutes. You can get a little clock and you can set it, or maybe ask one of your parents or your brothers or sisters if they'll time you. But if you could just do 60 minutes, that's good. So, what are ways that you can enjoy some physical activity? Some things that I like to do are jumping jacks, or walking, or playing a sport, like if you like basketball, or football, or baseball, or softball. And one thing that I know you kids like out there is tag. So you can do that. And another thing that this does is it promotes your body's wellness. And here I would stop, and I'm going to ask the kids to get up. And we are actually going to do a physical activity, because some physical activities can cost money, such as playing a sport, but there's many activities that do not cost money, that they're no cost or little cost. And one is jumping jacks. So kids, let's do some jumping jacks. And the other thing is, pretend rope here, jumping a rope. Let's jump a rope. You don't even have to have a real jump rope to pretend to be doing a jump rope. So basically, that is my teaching learning plan, and I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you very much.